I recognized that he had a couple of things I didn't have, which is one reason you might say I kind of drew back. Dick was probably one of the reasons I didn't go on with my studio to the degree perhaps I should have. But I recognized he was driven in a way I would never be. I was way too interested in a bunch of other things. Dick was absolutely single-minded about painting, and I saw that in him, and I knew I did not have that. And if you're going to be significant as an artist, you better be pretty single-minded. And because that was going to be the center of your world. And when I first came back to Miami, I went over to the English department, got a master's, and did a thesis on James Joyce and Cubism, simply because I really had always, I'd sort of been a secondary English major while I was in undergraduate school. So I was always kind of too much all over the place in many ways. And Dick was just always there. I knew that would be an important factor if he was going to be a significant artist. He would never give it up, never stop. And that turned out to be right, you know. And at that point, gradually over the years, and partly because when I went to graduate school, to be frank, I didn't continue in studio. I went into art history because that interested me. So, you know, this single-minded drive I didn't have. I probably had the talent, but not the drive. And he had the drive. And that makes all the difference in the world. And I don't think he ever thought differently from the time he probably had a mind he can remember operating about wanting to be an artist, wanting to be a painter. I don't think he was ever, while he was growing up, so obvious about it. He certainly never, I think, told his parents that I think I want to be an artist, although when he told his parents that he wanted to go to art school at university, they were somewhat, what are we into here? They made him take a test to find out if indeed he was suited to be you know, in that line of work, as it were. And then further, they made him go into art education. But luckily, he went to the State University of New York at Buffalo when it was a private school before it joined the New York system. And it had absolutely first-rate art department. It had the Albright Knox Gallery right next door with a load of Clifford stills. And as a matter of fact, he remembers going to an opening where Clifford Still was there. And Seymour Knox, the man with all the money. And it was incredibly sophisticated school. And for art education at that school, you in essence were a studio major, and you took art education courses sort of on, you added that onto the studio. So he got the in-depth studio training that only a school like that could give him. And the sophistication that came along with it, including some art historians who were very knowledgeable, very much in contact with New York, that kind of thing. And as a matter of fact, it's no accident that when Dick graduated, he went to New York directly, and Peter and Peter's wife, Jean, also directly to New York. Well, the U.S. Army is a detour in there. But that's where, if you graduated from Buffalo and you were serious about art, you didn't think about anything else. You headed for Manhattan, kind of thing. So that was a natural for him. I forgot what we're asking.